Milk Minute!
Our episode in Mathematics 8 is all about the CPCTC, or the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So this is another tool to use when proving that triangles are congruent. And congruent triangles are an important part of our everyday life, most especially in construction. So we are using this to reinforce structure so that the structures are strong and stable. And the congruency of the triangles on the structure help make calculations and make sure that the structures will stay up and will not fall.
You are listening to SDO Isabela Radio-Based Instruction.
Learning never stops in Math Eskwela, your school on air.
Your partner in achieving fun learning experiences. Let's listen, enjoy, and have fun in learning mathematics. Stay tuned.
Good day to our dearest grade 8 learners. I'm glad to be with you today and I hope that you will learn more things about our topic. This is DepEd Radyo Eskwela, your school on air in Mathematics 8. I'm your radio teacher, Sir Alexander Spicio. How are you, my dearest learners? Are you excited to learn new things today? I'm hoping that you are all good today and eager to learn. Please find a comfortable seat for you. So sit back, relax, and listen as we about to start our new lesson. We can see several examples of congruent figures around us. When we say congruent figures, these are figures having the same size and shape. Will you give some congruent figures around us? Congruent figures are often used in construction and design. In this lesson, we will deal with congruence, specifically on solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So let's start now our lesson on solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Two triangles are congruent if and only if their corresponding parts are congruent. What are corresponding parts? Here are some examples for you to understand the corresponding parts of a triangle. Let's draw two triangles. One first triangle is triangle ABC and the second one is triangle XYZ. In here, A corresponds to Y, B corresponds to X, and C corresponds to Z. In the pairing we have done, we can say that there is one-to-one correspondence between the vertices of the two triangles. And this will lead us to the following corresponding parts. For corresponding angles, we have angle A corresponds to angle Y, angle B corresponds to angle X, and angle C corresponds to angle Z. For corresponding sides, we have segment AB corresponds to segment YX, segment BC corresponds to segment XZ, and segment AC corresponds to segment YZ. In general, two triangles are congruent if and only if their vertices can be matched up so that the corresponding parts of the two triangles are congruent, specifically its angles and sides. We can say that if a triangle ABC corresponds to triangle XYZ, therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. Take note that two triangles are congruent if and only if their vertices and sides can be paired so that the corresponding parts of the triangle are congruent. The order of the vertices are very important. Remember also the abbreviation CPCTC. It means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Again, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Let's proceed in solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Let's draw again two triangles. Label the first triangle as ABC and the second triangle as MNO. The measure of angle A is 75 degrees. Measure of angle B is 45 degrees. And the measure of angle C is 60 degrees. And the measure of segment AB is 32 centimeters. In MNO, the measure of angle M is 2x plus 1, and the measure of segment MN is 7y minus 3 centimeters. In the diagram, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MNO. Then, find the value of x and y. Let's first find the value of x. Since the angle M is congruent to angle A, and from the given, we have angle M measures 2x plus 1, while angle A measures 75 degrees, then we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 75. Let's now solve. What is now the value of x? Very good. The answer is 37. How do we get that? Since we have the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to 75, transpose positive 1 to the other side of the equation. Then we have 2x is equal to 75 minus 1. Or it will become 2x is equal to 74. Next step. Divide both sides of the equation by 2. And 74 divided by 2 is equal to 37. So the value of x is equal to 37. Next, let's find the value of y. Here we have segment MN is congruent to segment AB. MN measures 7y minus 3 centimeters and AB measures 32 centimeters. Then our equation will be 7y minus 3 is equal to 32. Let's now solve. What is the value of y? Exactly. The value of y is 5. Another example. In the diagram, triangle PQS is congruent to triangle RSQ. Let's draw again two triangles labeled as PQS and RSQ, where segment PQ measures x plus 4, angle S measures 78 degrees, angle Q measures 90 degrees, and segment RS measures 3x minus 10. Let me repeat the given. PQ measures x plus 4, angle S measures 78 degrees, angle Q measures 90 degrees, and segment RS measures 3x minus 10. Find the values of R and segment RS. Let's first find the value of R. Angle R is congruent to angle P. Let's make an equation to find the missing angle. the total measure of all the angles in a triangle is equal to 180, then angle R is equal to 180 less angle Q plus angle S. Angle R is equal to 180 minus 90 plus 78, then angle R is equal to 12. Next, find the value of segment RS. Let's first find the value of X to be able to find the value or measures of segment RS. Since segment RS is congruent to segment PQ, then we have 3x minus 10 is equal to x plus 4. Combine like terms in the equation, so we get 3x minus x is equal to 4 plus 10. Simplify the equation, then we have 2x is equal to 17. Then what is the value of x? Very good. X is equal to 7. Now, substitute x by 7 to find the value or measure of segment RS. In the given, RS is equal to 3x minus 10, then what is the measure of segment RS? Correct. Segment RS is equal to 11. PQ is equal to 11. Are you still listening, my dearest learners? That's great. Let's proceed with our last example. Joey inherited a lot from his father. He wants to know the dimension of the lot in order for him to put a fence around. What is the dimensions of the lot? And what is the perimeter? Let's draw again two triangles. Label the first vertices of the first triangle as LAD and the second triangle as NAD. Again, the first triangle must be LAD and the second triangle as NAD. Note that triangle LAS is congruent to triangle NAD. Segment LA measures 4/8 plus 8 dam, NA measures 2x plus 12 dam, LD measures 5x minus 14 dam, and segment AD measures 2x minus 2 dam. Again, segment LA measures 4x plus 8, NA measures 2x plus 12 dam, LD measures 5x minus 14 dam, and segment ND measures 2x minus 2 dam. Let's start with segment LA and NA. Since they are congruent, then we have the equation 4x plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 12. What is the value of x? Very good. The answer is 2. To find the measure of LA and NA, substitute the value of x by 2 in LA and NA. What is the measure of LA and NA? Exactly. Since they are congruent, the measure of LA and NA is 16. Next, find the measure of LD and ND. Since they are also congruent, then we have the equation 5x minus 14 is equal to 2x minus 2. What is the value of x? Very good. The value of x is 4. Now, substitute the value of x to find the measure of LD and ND. What is the measure of LD and ND? Exactly. Since they are congruent, LD and ND is equal to 16 dam. Alright, let's have a quick flashback of what you have learned a while back. What does CPCTC means? Very good. It means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Again, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. How can we say the two triangles are congruent? Exactly. Two triangles are congruent if they met these two conditions. First, all pairs of corresponding angles are equal. And second one, all pairs of corresponding sides are equal. Now that we're done with the discussion, let's check your knowledge on our topic. On a 1/2 sheet of paper, write your name, grade, and section and answer the following questions. Choose the letter representing your answer. Are you ready? If yes, then let's begin. For number 1, which of the following defines CPCTC? A. Congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. B. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. C. Congruent parts of corresponding triangles are congruent. Or D. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are corresponding. For number 2, suppose triangle TRI is congruent to triangle CUB, what is the side corresponding to segment TR? A. Segment RI. B. Segment CU. C. Segment UB. Or D. Segment CB. For number 3, triangle DAN is congruent to triangle TMO. What is the angle corresponding to angle A? A. Angle D. B. Angle T. C. Angle M. Or D. Angle O. For number 4, triangle CAN is congruent to triangle UDG. If segment CA is 2x plus 11 and segment UD is 3x minus 9, what is the value of x? A2, B4, C15, or D20? And for our last item, number 5, triangle CAN is congruent to triangle UDG. Angle C measures y plus 10 degrees and angle U measures 2y minus 40 degrees. What is the measure of angle C? A. 50 degrees. B. 60 degrees. C. 65 degrees. And D. 70 degrees. Okay, Are you all done? Let's now check your answers and please check your own paper honestly. Are you ready? Let's start. For number 1, the correct answer is letter B. CPCTC means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. For number 2, the side corresponding to segment TR is segment CU, so the answer is letter B. Next, number 3. Angle A corresponds to angle M, so the answer is letter C. Number 4. Since CA is congruent to UD, the value of X is 20. The answer is letter D. Last but not least, number 5. The measure of angle C is 60 degrees, so the answer will be letter B. How was your quiz? Did you get it all correctly? Good job, my dearest learners! Before we end our episode today, here are simple math tricks. This matrix is called the answer is 2. Because after following the steps, the answer is 2. Let's start. For step 1, think of any number. For step 2, multiply it by 3. Are you all done? For step 3, add 6 to your answer. For step 4, divide your answer by 3. And lastly, subtract your answer to the number you give in step 1. Are you done? Your answer is 2. Isn't it interesting? I hope that you have learned something today about solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. If you have queries, you may message your advisor or subject teacher through their messenger or contact number. Just a reminder, please submit your modules last on the scheduled time at the drawbacks intended in your barangay, and always observe health protocols. Again, thank you, my dearest grade 8 learners, for your cooperation and for listening. I am Teacher Alexander Espicio, signing off. Have a great day ahead. Stay safe and God bless you all. Today's episode was written by Anime M. Sardena under the SDO Isabela RBI production team.
Ayun na, sa Radyo Eskwela. Ayun na, sa Radyo Eskwela.
Tayo na!
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sagaan ang pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela.
Gustong pagkain ang ating ihain, ang junk food ay iwasan, ng isip ay magkalaman, kumain ng gulay, nang di ka man lupaypay, uminom rin ng gatas, at nang ikaw ay lumakas, la 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 la. Kumain ng sagana, at nang ikaw ay sumigla, kumain ng wasto para isip ay maging listo, isang paalala mula sa himpilang ito.
Gusto ko nang mag-aral, gusto ko nang bumalik sa paaralan. Ngunit paano ang gagawin kung may virus pa rin? Manatili sa inyong tahanan, wag na wag pairalin ang sariling karunungan. Magtiwala sa batas ng inyong bansa at nang ikaw ay hindi nawawala, ha? Gusto ko nang lumabas, pero ay bawal pala ikaw lumabas. Bawal lumabas, bawal lumabas, bawal lumabas, bawal lumabas. Manatili sa iyong tahanan para ikaw ay ligtas. Ang kagawaran ng edukasyon ay naghahanda na para sa ligtas na pagbubukas ng klase. Mga mag-aaral, kahit nasa tahanan lamang, ang edukasyon ay maihahatid ng may kaligtasan. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at sa himpilang ito. Ilang buwan nang lumipas, 1,000 oras na kalipas. Akala ay natutulog, walang ginagawa sa sulok. Mga bata ay excited, kaya modalities ay implemented. Para proper education ay mag-get sa SDO Isabela. Walang batang maiiwan, we will learn as one, 'cause in education there is fun. Ang SDO Isabela ay handang-handa na sa edukasyon sa bagong normal. Handang isip, handa bukas. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Taho! Taho kayo dyan! Di makatulog sa gabi sa kaiisip. Damdamin ko'y mayroong lungkot hanggang sa panaginip. Oh, Berto, di ka ba nakatulog kagabi? Hindi nga ho, Kuya Pekto. Dala ho siguro ng lungkot ng pag-iisa dito sa bahay. Di ho kasi makalabas dahil sa COVID-19. Ay. Berto, may 3 bagay na dapat kang tandaan para maiwasan ng lungkot sa mga ganitong sitwasyon. Una, alamin ang dahilan ng iyong kalungkutan. Pangalawa, maaaring ipabatid ang iyong nararanasan sa mga taong malalapit sa iyo. Nariyan ang internet para makausap mo sila. At ang pangatlo, ilaan mo ang iyong oras sa mga bagay na ikaw ay magiging abala. Hindi lang pisikal na kalusugan ang mahalaga, Perto, pati pang kaisipan rin. Tatandaan ko yan, Kuya Pekto. Maraming salamat sa payo. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Mga tropa, dito sa ilog na lamang natin itapon ang mga basurang ito. Total maaano din naman. Oops, saan nyo yan itatapon mga bata? Itatapon namin sa ilog, tita. Nako, mali ang kaisipang iyan. Ito ay magdudulot ng pagkamatay ng mga isda. Gawin na lamang natin ang reduce, reuse at recycle o 3Rs. Ang basura ay ginagawang kapaki-pakinabang at ito ay mabisang paraan para mabawasan ang basura sa kapaligiran. Kaya tara na, mag 3Rs na. Salamat tita! Ngayon alam na namin ang gagawin sa mga basura para makatulong pa sa kalikasan.
Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Hello po, Itay.
Hello anak. Nakita ko na pala yung napadala mo sa litrato sa messenger. Wow anak, ang galing-galing mo naman. Manang-mana ka talaga sa tatay.
Siyempre naman, Itay. Perfect ko nga po yung math eh. Salamat sa iyo at sa DepEd Commons. Kahit nasa ibang bansa ka, natuturuan mo pa rin ako. Maraming salamat, Itay.
Walang anuman anak.
Ang DepEd Commons ay isang online platform para sa distance learning na inilunsad ng Kagawaran ng Edukasyon para sa tuloy-tuloy na edukasyon. Buksan lang sa inyong internet browser ang commons.deped.gov.ph para sa mga detalye.